Oh, howdy all, grab yourselves a beer. It is time for some Path of Exile discussion. Today, I wanted to put together a quick guide to Alhesman the Hunter. He is one of the four Conquerors of the Atlas, and he's the one that I find most people have the most trouble with. So I'm going in there in a situation where my characters will seem on paper pretty underprepared. Alhesman deals physical and chaos damage, and I'm going in there with negative 31% chaos resist and a little under 5,000 life on a tier 10 version. The key to this fight is that most of the damage in there is avoidable, but there are a few sources of damage that will absolutely rip you to shreds. So, a quick outline of the mechanics. Alhesman has two different slam attacks. Both of them hit an area directly in front of him, so if my character was Alhesman, they'll hit approximately an area like this in front of him. You absolutely need to avoid these if you have my level of negative chaos resistance. If you've got high positive chaos resistance, you might just be able to face tank these, but they will inflict a nasty poison on them poison on you after they strike as well. In addition to this, he has an auto attack which is very easily endured by pretty much any character, and he has his tunneling vipers. There are two different types of vipers. There are the spitters, which will hang out in the middle of the arena and you'll see them very frequently, and there are the biters, which are on the outside area of the arena. If you're able to burst Alhesman down quickly, you won't see the biters. Now, let's go into the arena and demonstrate it. It's a triangular-shaped arena with two main sections. So there is the inner triangle, which is where Alhesman's standing now, and then there's the outer triangle. It's very important to note that this is a fight that will cycle through phases. When Alhesman calls up the spitters, you will need to get out of this central area. It will be really obvious you'll be taking a very high amount of chaos damage over time while you're standing there. Then the spitters will sort of chase you around the arena, and Alhesman will make a number of attacks. My suggestion is, in this phase, if you don't have high chaos resistance, and when I say high, I don't mean plus 20%, I mean like plus 70%. If you don't have high chaos resistance, don't bother trying to damage Alhesman during this period. If you can suppress his regeneration through effects like Flame Dash, then which will then just stop him from regenerating his energy shield, that's a bonus. But even if you can't, it's no big deal. His energy shield isn't that high. Then, when the spitters are not up, he will change over to having he'll change over, and the outer vipers, the biters, will come up. At that point, you want to stand in the center and deal damage to him and endure his attacks, but dodge his slams. So let's do a quick demonstration here. First phase is very easy. You can dodge the attacks that look like he's doing some sort of combo hit on you. And my usual approach is just to keep sort of cycling around him. However, you can just, now when he says something like hold still, that means he's about to slam. You're in my sights means that he's changing phase. The center of the arena is getting flooded, and the spitters are coming up. At this point, if your character can't just endure that amount of chaos damage, just kite around the outside like I'm doing now. This phase will end soon. Now at this point, the phase is changing. This is retreating, and you can safely go into the middle. And in fact, you'll kind of need to, because the biters will come up on the outside. These things will make close range melee attacks if you go into range of them, and they'll appear when you get close to them. Hold still means that he is making a slam attack, so just get the hell out of the way of that. Now when he says I'm better, that's when he's changing, when the phase is changing. At this point, it's just kite around the outside. The more movement speed you have, the smoother this part will be, but you can also use movement skills as well. Alhesman will choose where he's firing his arrows at, based upon your location when he starts the attack, and so for that reason he'll generally miss you. Wait till the visualization of it starts to fade, and then at that point you can go into the center again. And this is really all there is to the fight. I just steel skinned through that hit, but skin you alive means he's doing a slam, and that I can't be bested is another slam call that he makes. That's one of my favorites. Just the sound It reminds me of kids in the playground at school going, yeah, 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 yeah. This guy really has an arrogance problem. Again, we're just on kite mode at the moment. Keep watching, and at this point, things are changing. The center has become safe. And just listen for his vocalizations, and when he makes one, get the hell out of the way. Otherwise, his auto attack is one that you can easily avoid. Now, those biters don't do that much damage. You can endure them, especially on a tankier character. This time I'm running the other way around. That's just by chance. It's just where I happen to be. There's no importance to the direction that you fight it. But you kite, just keep kiting. You will want enough hit points that you can tank the odd hit that he gets in on you. Alright, starting to clear up. Now that the corners are clear, it should be clear in the center. You can see how, despite the fact that this character has very low damage, you're still able to punch through his energy shield really quickly. And that's the same at the 4 Watchstone version as well. This fight's fundamentally the same at all Watchstone levels. And there we go. I'm faster again. That means that we're going into another kiting phase. Once more, if you can fight him during this period, and like I said, just test around with your Chaos Resistance and see if you can, you don't want to stand in the center, you want to stand toe-to-toe with him, and endure the spittle that you cop from the center. The spittle is not as bad as the damage that you take just by virtue of going in the center, and oh no, I was going to demonstrate that, but I can't now. Alright, another vocalization means get the hell out of the way, he's doing a slam. All of them are frontal attacks. And you can keep sidestepping his slow attacks if you want, or you can endure them, that's your choice. I'm faster means we're changing. And we'll just step over there, and it gives you a sense as to how much damage this does in the 2 Watchstone version through minus 30 Chaos Resist. One thing that will help you a lot here is having the Pantheon that regenerates your health flasks. So that's a slam, I can't be bested. Put up a fight will be a slam. Whilst the slams are different, there are 3 different slams that he has. They're all mechanically the same, just don't be where he's facing right then. And don't be close to him in front of him. Alright, now he's going to do his usual thing. And we'll kite around again. It is pretty normal to get him in just 1 or 2 of these cycles. You won't normally need 6 or so. But prolonging the fight makes it so that you'll pick up more in the guide. Alright, now this is fading, so it's safe again. Now these slams will generally deal a pretty staggering amount of damage and put a massive poison on you if you get hit by them. You might get away with it, but they are intended... I think they are intended to be potential one-shots. He's almost in Culling Strike range at the moment, and the Power Siphon is one of the skills that I use to trigger Glacial Cascade Spellslinger will do that automatically. He doesn't gain any additional abilities when he's close to dead. Alright, now it's going safe again. There's no particular points in this phase, in this fight, that you need to save your best damage flasks for. You can just use them whenever. And there he goes. One thing that's important, always read these journals if you haven't read them. They're cool. Just from a purely lore perspective. Anyways, hopefully you found that useful. If you've got any comments or questions, fire away below. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you have a good one.